Hey there, everyone. Welcome to Ann Arbor, Michigan. It's 90s night here at the Chrysler Center, if that is your cup of tea. But of course, the real show is the Michigan Wolverines defending their home court against the visiting Scarlet Knights. Rutgers is currently sitting third in the Big Ten standings, but the Wolverines are hot on their heels in the fourth slot, setting the stage for what will surely be an exciting matchup. For a little preview on what to watch out for tonight, I'm going to hand y'all off to my partner, Ben Myers, for some keys to the game. Ben?
Thanks, Kaylor. So for Michigan, they have to keep their foot on the gas pedal. They've won 6 straight games. No reason to let that end tonight here at home, where they were 11-1 on the season. Secondly, for Michigan, they have to play big and win in the paint. 11 players over 6 feet on this team. With Hallie Thome at a towering 6'5", they have to take advantage of their size. And for Rutgers, ride the bench players. Takia Mack had a 24-point game off the bench last time out. If they want to win, they'll have to take advantage of that. And lastly, they have to make their free throws as they've been doing all year. 725 free throw percentage, their best since 2002.
Sounded like some solid advice to me, Ben. Well, Michigan won the tip there off the tall hands of Hallie Thome, but then off a bot shot, Rutgers now has possession. We'll see what they can do on it. Rutgers bringing the ball inside. They dish it out, but it's a botch pass, and Michigan will regain possession. Haley Brown inbounding here to Deja Church. Church, the only native Michigander on this Wolverine squad. Michigan moving it around the outside. Haley Brown went up for the layup, couldn't get it, misses the second one as well. Rutgers with the response attempt. Wilson bringing it into the paint, doesn't like it. They're going to try again. And that's going to be an offensive foul on Rutgers. The Wolverines will regain possession. Nobody has drawn first blood yet.
And that's exactly what we talked about. They need a win in the paint. We saw them miss the shot on the other end, but there you go, drawing a charge, and that's exactly what they need to do in order to come out on top today.
Michigan looking for passing opportunities on the inside. Have not yet taken advantage of the height of Hallie Thome, and they don't need to. Nicole Munger sinks a 3 and drags first blood for Michigan. Wolverines are up 3-0. Rutgers looking for the response here. And that's the shot missed by number 24, Garantes. Out of bounds there, Rutgers regains possession.
And something really important to note on the Rutgers end, head coach Vivian Stringer, under the weather, didn't make the trip out here. We wish her well, but she is not out here for this game.
Serani Cryer with the 3. Rutgers ties it up at 3-3. That's absolutely right. Stringer sorely missed by the Rutgers squad tonight. Her role will be taken by her assistant coach, Timothy Eatman. He has coached with Stringer for a couple years since she was at Iowa and has taken over for her in the past in her absence. Cole Munger again. Michigan with the rebound, but they're not going to capitalize on it yet. There we go. Johnson with that one. Wolverines are up 5-3.
And that's okay. As long as they can put that ball in the basket after a few of those attempts, it'll be fine. But they cannot make those mistakes and miss those shots in the paint.
And we may be getting a jump ball there. We'll see what the refs say. Rutgers possession. Another high-profile absence tonight is unfortunately the usual starting freshman Wolverine point guard Amy Dilk. Valued for her average 7.6 points per game and her incredible court vision, she went out early in February on a knee injury against Nebraska. In her absence, the point guard position will be on a rotation between Deja Church and Kenray Johnson, who scored those last points, and Nicole Munger. Michigan moving inside to Hallie Thome, but it is taken by Rutgers. Rutgers known for their defensive strength, but they are unable to rebound there. Well, that was a basket for Rutgers, and we'll see if they get an and one.
really strong for Rutgers there. You saw them go up tough. Again, the back and forth in the paint is the matchup I'm watching today.
Well, here's what you were talking about right before the game. Rutgers with some free throws.
And that's what they do best.
Possibility for a three-point play to take the lead 6-5. Arilla Garantes to the line. And she propels Rutgers to a 6-5 lead.
And as I mentioned, one of the best free throw seasons for Rutgers in a very long time, since the 2002 and 2003 season.
It will certainly be essential for Rutgers to play, for the Wolverines to play a clean game and avoid Rutgers, which is dangerous on the free throw line. We just saw a layup off Hallie Thome. Hallie Thome, the tallest player on the court by at least 2 inches at 6'5". Very hard to contend with in the paint. Charisse Wilson inside, 2 more for Rutgers.
Great move.
Fantastic assist there for Rutgers as well, finding that open pass right under the net. Charisse Wilson essentially unguarded. Haley Brown with a nice save there for what could have been a Scarlet Knight steal. Thome to Brown to Church. Church traversing left. Tries to find Thome under the net, but went a little too high. Looks like Charisse Wilson will be bringing this one up. She dishes out to Siani Cryer. Cryer with the 3 earlier. Tough pass. Looks like the Wolverines will get the ball. That'll be a steal by Johnson.
Yeah, and speaking of Cryer, she had 10 assists in the last game out. Her 4th game of the season with double-digit assists. She also had 6 steals, but if this team wants to win, she's going to have to find that nice passing drive that she does have in her.
Well, as we were talking about earlier, this appears to be Amy Dilk's first appearance on the court since her injury early in February. Her position has been a rotation between a couple of the talented Michigan backups. Nicole Munger goes up. Actually, it was a pass. Naz Hillman with the 2 there. Michigan takes the lead, 9-8. Amy Dilk, the freshman point guard who has been an absolute star for the Wolverines this season, been out about 4 games with that knee injury. Nicole Munger brings it up quick, dishes it to Dilk, finds Munger in the corner for the 3. Thome with the rebound. And we'll be taking some foul shots.
You can't say enough about Hallie Thome, just breaking that 2,000 point mark in the last game. She's got a total of 2,013 points in her career here at Michigan. Very historic.
Her strength on the offensive rebound certainly provides some insurance for Michigan shooters. Alrighty, during this break, we will be sending it down to the 3rd member of our team, Lauren Day.
Thanks, guys. Michigan's women's basketball is back at home at the Chrysler Center after a big weekend away where they pushed to a 6-game win streak in their win against Illinois. Rutgers travels here to Ann Arbor for the first time since 2016 in hopes to secure their spot as 3rd in the Big Ten, while the Wolverines trail behind them in 4th. It'll be a tough matchup tonight as Michigan is 11-1 at home with only 1 tough loss to Michigan State. Yet Rutgers is here tonight looking to keep their on-the-road win streak going, coming off their victory against Indiana on Monday. Thanks, guys. Back to you.
Those are some great points, Lauren. Now, one interesting thing about this matchup tonight is Michigan's continuing a 6-game win streak. They'll be looking to extend that one, won't they, Ben?
Yeah, they are on a 6-game win streak. This is the 3rd largest win streak in conference play in program history. So they are playing in one of the tougher in women's college basketball, obviously. And this 6-game win streak is huge for them. It's the first time that they've done this since January of 2018. So they're at that 18 win mark right now. They're trying to get to that 20 win mark to try to ensure their place in the NCAA tournament. And this win streak is just adding to that. They're hoping to continue this tonight.
You certainly got to think confidence is high on that bench. To bring it over to the Scarlet Knights, they just snapped a 3-game slide. They'll be looking not to fall back into that. If Michigan wins tonight, they will not replace the Scarlet Knights in that 3rd spot in the standings, but it will certainly even things out a little bit right before the Big Ten tournament in just about 3 games.
Well, yeah, that's why this game is such a big deal, because both of them are neck and neck in the Big Ten Conference, and Michigan's going to have 2 games after this. They're going to meet up with Michigan State on the 24th of February and then Wisconsin on the 3rd of March. So if they really want to somehow jump over Rutgers and compete with Maryland and Iowa, they're going to have to really win this game. And Rutgers, too. This is a must-win for both teams. So.
Well, after that timeout, both teams have taken their chance to adjust. And we're going to dive right back into it. Nicole Munger inbounds the ball, and Amy Dilk on the outside. She finds Johnson in the corner. Kenray looking for a lane. She is blocked, but Michigan retains the ball. Dilk again. Hallie Thome is posted up under the net, bringing herself to the outside now. Lays in the pick for Munger. Munger blocked by Rutgers. And that's going to be a foul, sending the Wolverines to the line.
And it is really great to see Amy Dilk out there. She's averaging 7.6 points on the season per game. She's got 106 assists. Those numbers can help any team win. And even as a freshman, she's showing her true veteran spirit. She's a master of this game.
Munger's a tough person to send to the line. She shoots 92% up there. Michigan leading 9-8 right now. Well, we're going to take another quick break. Kim Barnes-Arico dishing out some strategy to her squad. 8 different Wolverines have led scoring this season through their 27 games. Shows a real shift in strategy, a more balanced offense. Last season, they relied a lot more on the star power of players like Caitlin Flaherty and Jillian Dunstan.
Yeah, and Kayla Robbins, the junior, had one of the best performances of her career last game with 15 points, and she came off the bench. She is the 9th different Wolverine to lead this team in scoring this year, and it's pretty impressive, the balancing act they're able to play. And Rutgers, too. We were talking about Rutgers before the game. Rutgers is doing a lot of the same thing. They're trying not to keep the ball in one person's hand. They're trying to spread it out, and that's why you see both these teams have game leaders and points change from game to game, which is, again, a strong asset for a team to have.
It absolutely is. Offense is certainly a team effort for both of these squads. A variety of scoring threats can make it hard to lock down on any one player on defense. And the Wolverines go to the line. Nicole Munger was fouled on that one. Again, she shoots about 92%.
Yeah, Nicole Munger, the senior, originally from the Philly area. She had a season-high 27 points earlier this season, and she's got 49 three-point season. Someone who on the offensive side of the ball loves to shoot that through her free throw percentage.
Well, the referees were taking a second to look at that one, and it looks like there's still a little debate, but I don't think they're going to overturn this. The players have already taken position. And we might be taking a second look. Assistant coach Timothy Eatman discussing strategy with the Scarlet Knights right now. The Wolverines are still in discussion with the referees.
If you take another look at this play, too, it really is controversial. There is definitely, from our vantage point here, no right way to, make this decision. But the refs, they seem to have decided that it is going to be free throws for Michigan, just a different player, obviously.
Sure looked to me like there were a lot of hands in there. Kenray Johnson will actually be taking these shots. And she misses the first one there. She shoots about 77%. As both teams line up, Akenray getting set to take her second shot. Johnson makes it. That's her third point of the game. Michigan up 10-8. Michigan in the full court press here. But Rutgers able to pass their way out of it.
You could see them really sharing the ball right now. This is really good to see if you're Rutgers. That's exactly what assistant coach wants to see.
Well, Rutgers with the rebound there, but still on the second shot, can't get it. Second rebound, they're going up again, and that's going to be a foul. Rutgers to the line.
And they're fighting down there in the paint. We're just going to keep talking about that all night because it really is going to be the battle of the paint, and we'll see who wins.
To the left of the line there, you can see Takia Mack, who had a huge breakout game against Indiana off the bench, going 10 for 12 from the field. And here's Kayla Robbins off the bench for the Wolverines. Rutgers misses that one. Thome with the rebound, and Amy Dilk is going to bring it down the court. Dilk stopped up short, and after some passes, Thome has it out by the line. Wolverines go inside, and it's a foul by Rutgers. And so far, the second half of this quarter has been defined by free throws.
Yeah, Naz Hillman going to the line right now, the freshman from the Cleveland area. She's got 186 rebounds on the season, and she scored 24 points in a December game. She does it all, really.
Naz Hillman is the top scorer for the Wolverines, 343 for this season, averaging 12.7 per game.
Yeah, and she's also on the USA Basketball U18 national team, and even her mother played basketball in college.
Well, Hillman missed the first, makes the second, and Rutgers will get a chance to respond. Michigan still with the press, but the Scarlet Knights seem unfazed. Oh! Little bobble there by number 2 for Rutgers, but they make it down the court and take a shot. Well, the three didn't work out. Robbins got a hand on it, but Rutgers secured the rebound and went up for 2. It is now tied up 11-11. Quick moves by the Wolverines. Thome will take 2 there off the assist from Akenray Johnson.
That's too easy for Hallie Thome. You can't give her that look.
Huge steal by Akenray Johnson. She's going to take it herself. Easy money, 15-11.
And now Michigan's starting to get their mojo back. They're starting to feel themselves.
Rutgers widely considered the leading defense in the Big Ten, but we haven't seen it yet. Instead, the Wolverines have managed to be able to force some turnovers and capitalize on them for extra points.
Yeah, they're first in scoring defense and field goal percentage defense. Really don't allow teams to get to the basket that much, but tonight, so far, Michigan's doing a very good job.
Well, Rutgers has been fairly strong on the rebounds. They're at 15-13 right now. The Wolverines still in the lead. Both teams taking a chance to resettle their formations here. Akenray Johnson on the outside. Picked by Hillman. Rutgers with the steal. Takea will take 2 more for Rutgers and ties it up 15-15. Finding Thome on the inside. Thome dishes it right back to the Scarlet Knights. Takea Mack with the steal there.
And with this tough Rutgers defense, Michigan cannot allow that to happen because they're just silly mistakes that are going to cost them in the end.
Rutgers with 2 more. That was Sierra Calhoun. All right, and another timeout. Before the last minute of the first quarter, both teams will take a second to reset their strategy. We'll bring it back when the game returns in just a few minutes. Welcome back to the Chrysler Center, where the Rutgers Scarlet Knights are leading the Wolverines 18-15 for the last minute of the first quarter. Wolverines have possession now. They're going to try to equalize this one before we take our break. Well, that's going to be an offensive foul. The Scarlet Knights look like they'll be taking that one.
I think they're going to give her free throws on this one. It looked like she got a lot of contact down in the paint.
Never mind. Foul on Victoria Harris of the Scarlet Knights. Naz Hillman to the line. Hillman makes her first one. 16-18.
Really important bucket for Michigan because Michigan went on a run and then Rutgers came right back and got the lead again. So Michigan can just keep this close at the end of this quarter. That'll be huge for them.
Noga Pelk pinned for a second by the Wolverine press. That full court press has gotten the Wolverines 2, maybe 4 points. Can't exactly remember, but it has certainly forced a turnover or two.
And we keep talking about the Rutgers defense. Look at Michigan's defense right now. They are coming right back at them with strength and power.
Well, it's still the Scarlet Knights in the lead, and the Scarlet Knights defense could regress to the mean at any given moment.
The goal on defense is to create havoc, correct?
That seems about right.
Both teams are doing a very good job of that.
Nola Pelk takes a long shot there at the end of the shot clock. Rutgers with the rebound, back to Pelk. Travel. Well, that was a silly mistake there with 14 seconds left. The Wolverines will have a chance for one more response. Can they give themselves a lead before the end of this quarter? They're currently down 1.
She pulled it right from the logo on that one.
The Wolverines, just about 5 seconds left. Nicole Munger makes that layup. The Wolverines go up 19-18 just as the buzzer rings. That is the end of the first quarter. Some exciting action, and we'll be back for more in just a few minutes. Welcome back to the Chrysler Center in Ann Arbor, Michigan, where the University of Michigan Wolverines are leading the Rutgers Scarlet Knights by 1, 19-18. Here we are about to begin the second quarter, and we are going to throw it to Lauren Day on the sideline for a second to talk about one of the star Rutgers players tonight, Takea Mack. In that gap, Therese Wilson took a 3, giving the Scarlet Knights the lead, 21-19. And the Scarlet Knights with another quick turnaround. Unable to capitalize this time, the Wolverines will take the ball.
And not in the game right now, Takea Mack. We talked about it, had a breakout game coming off the bench last game. Went 10 for 12 from the field, 4 for 4 from the three-point line, and had a career-high 24 points. Rutgers talks about how they're trying to determine their own destiny this year. They don't want to be in a position where they can't make the NCAAs because of circumstances. So this year, it has definitely been a team effort for Rutgers. That's why the ball is getting spread around, and people like Takea Mack are getting really good looks and performing well for this team.
Deja Church with the attempt at the 3. Couldn't pull it together, but Haley Brand was there for the rebound, and then Rutgers with the steal. Rutgers on a quick approach. They're not wasting any time. Cannot finish it off, though. The Wolverines already moving back. And the block there by the Scarlet Knights. That was a Rena Garantes. Garantes again, but it's going to be a foul this time, sending the Wolverines to the line.
This is the type of basketball that Rutgers likes to play, though. You even look at the stat line. They've got 8 turnovers forced on Michigan today. And I know that they're down. I know that they're up right now, 21-19, excuse me. But this is exactly the type of game they want to play, aggressive. And even if Michigan's going to the line, that's what they want to have.
Well, we're only just at the start of the second quarter, and they've already forced 8 turnovers. They usually average about 17.2. I'd say they're a little above pace for that. Church made the first one and the second, tying it up at 21. Wilson on the approach for Rutgers, dishes it off to Cryer. Wolverines getting wide in the zone here. Rutgers attempts to have trouble finding space. They took a shot, close one. Takea fighting for the rebound. The Wolverines are going to get that one off a foul. Takea Mack with the Nicole Munger bringing it up for the Wolverines.
Another good defensive possession by Michigan. Here they go on offense.
And there's a whistle there. The pass was intended for Hallie Thome. Victoria Harris, the Scarlet Knights center, had left her slightly open. But now the Scarlet Knights will get their own attempt. Cryer passes inside to Takea Mack. Back out to Cryer. Another whistle. Didn't catch what that one was.
I believe it was a reach foul, and just another way for Michigan to stop the possession, regroup, and get their defense back set. And same with Rutgers. Now they get to set up again too, so we'll see what happens.
Michigan's got so much height on the inside, it's hard to believe they wouldn't have been able to stop Cryer there. Well, Victoria Harris received a pass inside, but was unable to finish, and Nicole Munger is already down inside the Scarlet Knight arc. Munger inside to Thome, to Brown. Brown finishes it off. The Wolverines 23, Scarlet Knights 21.
Yeah, and Haley Brown, just really impressive from Ontario, Canada. Helped Canada win the U19 bronze at the FIBA World Cup. She's really got it all going on.
An attempted 3 by Charisse Wilson, but nothing there. She's leading Rutgers scoring tonight with 5 points thus far.
And you can see the pace starting to pick up. Both teams are playing a little more aggressive now. It's the second quarter. We're getting further into the game, but things are faster, things are quicker. It's going to be a tight one.
That's right. A Kenray Johnson to the line now, looking to extend that Michigan lead. We've been going back and forth quite a bit. Kenray Johnson misses the first one. Jordan Wallace in on the Scarlet Knights for Victoria Harris. Jordan Wallace at 6'3" will have to contend with Hallie Thome under the net. Tiani Cryer looking for openings. Wallace can't maintain possession. Wolverines on the offensive. Thome looks inside, and it rims out. Rutgers on the attack. That was a trip by Takea Mack. Nicole Munger on the ground. A wasted possession there by the Scarlet Knights.
And Michigan, we've talked about it, has absolutely been dominating defensively all day long. They're holding Rutgers right now to 33% shooting from the field. And you see a turnover like that too. That's exactly what Michigan's going to want out of Rutgers.
My eyes certainly weren't over there. I wonder how that happened. Another whistle here. Nicole Munger stepping up to the line. Well, again, she shoots about 92%.
And you can see here just a little too much contact again. I think Rutgers is getting aggressive, and sometimes when that happens, you make a few mistakes like that.
Well, I can't deny Munger's skill in drawing fouls. That was her on both sides of the court right there. Kayla Robbins and Naz Hillman on the court. Munger hits both, extending Michigan to a 4-point lead.
And so far, you see Rutgers trying out a few of their bigger players, and they're sticking them in the game and rotating them out. I think they're really struggling with the size of Michigan, and that's why the game is how it is right now.
Munger with a steal and a quick shot attempt. Didn't work out. Gets the rebound off of... Oh, I got some quick-paced action here. Back to Munger on the arc. She's just going to try a three, and she hits it. Michigan 28, Rutgers 21.
We talked about it. She's lights out from three. She's got 49 on the season. That makes it 50.
And with that, Nicole Munger is Michigan's leading scorer with 10 points. With 5 minutes left in the quarter, both teams will have a chance to reassess their strategy. What do you think Rutgers needs to change here? What do they need to do to stop this Michigan offense that so far has been able to overpower their famous defense?
Well, Michigan has been totally disrupting them on the offensive end. Michigan's defense is holding them right now to 21 points, and they're shooting 33%. They're really going to have to figure out how to get around this Michigan defense because it's causing a lot of problems for them.
Well, we'll see if they succeed in just a few minutes when we're back. Welcome back to the Chrysler Center in Ann Arbor, Michigan, where we're halfway through the second quarter. The Wolverines are leading the Scarlet Knights 28-21. We're going to throw it down to our sideline reporter, Lauren Day, for a little bit on the Scarlet Knights' own Takaya Mack.
Thanks, guys. Rutgers sophomore Takia Mack dropped her career-high 24 points for the Scarlet Knights in their recent win over Indiana. Her previous high this season was the 8 she put up against Minnesota, showing her fast growth and contribution to the team. The Scarlet Knights welcomed her into the locker room after that game with a shower of water and celebration, and her momentum from that whopping 24 is obvious here tonight. Back to you.
Well-timed story, Lauren. Takaya Mack sinks a 3 for Rutgers while we were gone, and then Michigan almost immediately responded with a 2. So we're settled now at the Wolverines 30, Scarlet Knights 24 as we approach the 4-minute mark in the second quarter. Rutgers with 2 there. Takaya Mack again. She is now their top scorer with 7 points.
And leading the team in rebounds with 3. Just really doing it all.
Amy Dilkin for the Wolverines right now. Remember, this is her first night in off that injury against Nebraska 4 games ago. Naz Hillman with a shot there. 2 more for Michigan. We got ourselves a 6-point game. Takaya Mack's 3 at the beginning of this segment shattered a 9-0 run for Michigan. Nicole Munger slows things up. Found Hellman inside, but that was a steal for Rutgers.
And there comes the Rutgers defense that we've talked about.
It's possible they could be finding their own. That's the second travel of the night for Peleg Pelk.
We can't speak too soon, Keeler. Sometimes the defense does well, and then on the offensive end, the Michigan defense just comes back. So Rutgers is really trying to figure it out right now. They're down by 6. There's still a lot of time left in this game. They just got to find their groove.
That is true. This is the biggest lead we have seen yet in what has otherwise been a very close game. Deja Church extending that lead to 8 with 3 minutes left in the second quarter. Cryer looking for opportunities, doesn't like it, dishes it out to Calhoun. Calhoun inside to Cryer. Well, that's going to be shooting foul, sending Rutgers to the line. Giles.
And she actually had a game earlier this season with 13 points and 16 rebounds for her first career double-double. She's someone who I could see really have a big impact on today's game.
Male Giles shoots about 81% with an opportunity to close this gap. That's one. Giles sinks the second. We're back to a 6-point game.
And for a team that does shoot their free throws well, they really have to start trying to get to the line more. And they are. They're being more aggressive, but that's the way they're going to come back in this game.
That's exactly right. We've mostly seen Nicole Munger drawing fouls so far. If Rutgers can figure something out as well, it could change the dynamic we've seen so far tonight.
They've only had 5 free throw attempts all game, and they are shooting 80%, but they've only had 5 versus Michigan's 12.
Pryor from deep. 3 more, closing the gap to a 3-point game. Wolverines 34, Rutgers 31. Pryor's hit 2 threes this game, shooting 50% with them. Well, a smooth jumper there from Kayla Robbins. A minute and 40 seconds left in the quarter. Wolverines with an opportunity for the steal, but fumbled it out of bounds. And Hallie Thome is back on the court.
Bringing back the size. I think Michigan saw Rutgers trying to figure out what they were doing, so they're changing it up again, and they're bringing in the taller players to try to protect the paint.
Thome has a full 4 inches on Giles. Oh, the rebound there by Deja Church, and she's wasting no time. 2 more for the Wolverines.
Did someone say Euro step?
Pryor looked like she might fumble there. Mack almost had the rebound, but another Scarlet Knight secured it. And Giles will score 2 more for the Scarlet Knights. 5-point game with 50 seconds left in the quarter. Well, great effort saving that ball by Mack. Rutgers will maintain possession.
Hallie Thome did not look pleased with that one.
Rutgers from deep sinks it again. Wilson. 8 points on the game for Wilson. She scored a season-high 16 last game at Indiana. Deja Church on the outside here. The Wolverines have 1 more chance to respond, likely before the end of the half. Well, that one didn't work out for them. Wilson on the approach quickly. She's got 7 seconds. Wilson for another 3. Nothing there. Takes the offensive rebound. Did she get it off?
I think that's going to be too late. Yeah, I think that's going to be too late right there.
Looked a little late to me as well, and I think the refs agree. Well, we are going to send it to the half there. Rutgers losing to the Wolverines 38-36. We've had some exciting first half action, and I'm sure it will continue onward. We'll be back with you in just a few minutes. Hey there, everyone. Welcome back to the Chrysler Center. We've got a 2-point game on our hands here in Ann Arbor as the Wolverines lead the Scarlet Knights 38-36. I'm Keeler Patton here with Ben Myers. As we gear up to start the second half, we're going to throw it down to the sideline for a story from Lauren Day. What do you got for us, Lauren?
Thanks, guys. We're coming off a really close first half. Michigan 38, Rutgers 36. Both teams came out tonight ready to fight. Leading scorer for Michigan, Nicole Munger, and for Rutgers, Takia Mack. Coach Kim Barzarico said during halftime, Michigan is going to have to make some adjustments in the D and the zone to prevent the threes, get more defensive rebounds, and create more movement in the offense to combat what Rutgers' defense is doing tonight. We knew it would be a close game. Let's see who comes out on top during the second half. Back to you.
Thanks, Lauren. Unfortunately absent from the Rutgers sideline tonight is head coach Vivian Stringer, a huge figure in women's college basketball. Ben, what can you tell us about Coach Stringer?
Yeah, absolutely. One of the most recognizable names and faces in all of college basketball. She just entered the 1,000 win club. It's her 40th season as head coach, and she's already in the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame in Springfield, Massachusetts. She was actually inducted in the same year as Michael Jordan, David Robinson, John Stockton, and Jerry Sloan. That's pretty good company.
I would say so as well. My favorite fact about Coach Stringer, she has been inducted into no less than 10 basketball halls of fame. Well, it looks like we're just about ready to start up the second half of play. Coach Stringer's place is taken tonight by her assistant coach, Timothy Eatman, who has coached with her for several years since Iowa and has filled in for her in the past. Coach Stringer's feeling a little under weather tonight, and we are wishing her a speedy recovery. Brown inbounds to Deja Church. The Wolverines starting off with the ball. As Hellman now. To Church on the outside. Scarlet Knights working some effective defense, but they can't stop Thome's height into Hellman. Foul by Rutgers, Hellman to the line.
And we mentioned it too coming out of break. Lauren said it, but Rutgers has been playing well on defense. They always do that. But Michigan is also playing well on defense. Both teams have 11 turnovers forced, and they're both shooting under 50% from the field. So this has really become a defensive matchup in a lot of ways.
Oh, defense has been a huge factor here tonight. One shot in from Hillman. As you said, 11 turnovers apiece and 16 points apiece off of those turnovers. Both sides pacing well above average. You'll see the same thing in steals. Hillman's second attempt here. And the Wolverines reach 40. It is a 4-point game. Cryer, slow on the approach here, taking her time. Rutgers inside, successful layup. That was number 44, Wallace. Impressive work by Wallace on the inside. Matching up with Hallie Thome is no easy feat.
And you have to be impressed with the way that Michigan has been able to stop Rutgers in the paint. Rutgers, the majority of their points are coming from outside of the paint. But right there, you can see if Rutgers can get those points in the paint, they're going to be pretty well off.
Well, that was incredible hustle from Charisse Wilson of the Scarlet Knights there. But it looks like under the hoop, she might have gotten a whistle. Oh, that's correct. One personal foul to Charisse Wilson. The Wolverines will maintain possession. Check this one out. Deja Church will bring it up for the Wolverines. Church far outside here, guarded by Wilson. Well, Hillman open from the line, not going to take it. As Hillman, the top scorer for the Wolverine squad. Brown from the line, 3.
That's not Hillman's game from the three-point line. That's Haley Brown's game.
Hillman and Thome lead the Wolverines in rebounds. They are certainly more of an in-the-paint kind of strategy. Brown here, unable to defend Wallace. Wolverines with the rebound there, and a second one. And they're going to get an and one. Impressive work by Thome.
I can't believe my prediction came through, but this really has become a slugfest in the paint. You can see it right here. Both teams are being very aggressive, and they're just going up, and they're hitting each other, and they're making things happen.
Well, we're just watching a surge in Wolverine rebounds right now. They have 23 at the moment to Rutgers 17.
That's where the size comes into play, 11 players over 6 feet. So that's what you're going to get when you have a lot of height on your team. You're going to get those rebounds, and that's what they've been doing.
Well, Thome is going to make that a three-point play. 46 for the Wolverines, 40 for the Scarlet Knights. Cryer with the ball now. She has 6 points on the night. Out to Wilson, who's going to bring it into the corner. Back to Cryer on the outside. Carey looking for an opening, finds it. And that's looking like an and one as well. Rutgers will have an opportunity to make this a three-point game.
A lot of the fans in the arena wanted the 3-second call on that one. Rutgers got a really good look though, and they drew the foul, and now we have a free throw attempt.
That's clean by Carey. Impressive work. The Michigan basketball band going to try to distract her, but she's not having it. Sinks it for a three-point play. Already back on defense, guarding Haley Brown. Cross-court pass to Cole Munger and inside to Thome. Munger with the layup. Wolverines to 48.
And Hallie Thome really does tower over everyone out there, doesn't she? She's able to see the lanes before anyone else is able to see the lanes. It's really impressive.
That's right, 2 inches taller than the tallest Scarlet Knight, who is Victoria Harris. Whistle there.
And that's going to be a quick reach foul.
Quick work by Cryer, drawing that foul. Well, now we're starting to see the Scarlet Knights draw some fouls, as you were talking about. That one's not going to send them to the line, but it's a start.
You get enough of those and you're in the bonus.
That's exactly right. Scarlet Knights taking a moment to reset, 15 seconds on the shot clock. Steal by the Wolverines. Deja Church in pursuit. Nope. Durantes recovers it. Wilson with the shot. So close to a three. Rutgers recovers the rebound. Oh, they were right there, but Hallie Thome with the height managed to take that defensive rebound down. Wolverines on the attack. Brown for three. Misses. Wilson with the rebound.
You got to appreciate what Rutgers is doing here, though. They came out of halftime, and they wanted to match up with Michigan down the paint, and they're really going for it. Unfortunately, on that last drive down there, they weren't able to finish, but that's what they're looking to do. They're trying to match up head-to-head with Michigan, and we'll see if it works out.
Well, we just saw our third travel of the night from the Scarlet Knights. Can't tell you what that's about. Nicole Munger on the outside. To Thome in the center. Kenray Johnson over to Deja Church. Great pass there from Deja Church, and then the finish from Naz Hillman. 11 points for her now.
It's really been the case all night. Just really good ball movement by Michigan. Rutgers has had its moments too with its ball movement, but Michigan is really finding those lanes, and they're able to put it up in the paint.
Oh, a long attempt there from Cryer. Nothing doing though. Out of bounds on the Scarlet Knights. Michigan acquires the ball. Nicole Munger's the top scorer for the Wolverines tonight with 12. The senior is certainly one of the more experienced members of this Wolverine team. Thome on the outside, dishes to Munger with the jumper. Rims out. The rebound from Carey.
You could see a little bit of confusion on the Rutgers end offensively, trying to figure out what play they're drawing.
Almost a steal there for a Kenray Johnson. Rutgers maintains possession. Quick plays on the inside, and Rutgers puts in 2 more.
A beautiful move, really just finding the opening and calling for the ball. That's what Rutgers has to do down there.
Aggressive work there by Wilson. She was appealing to the ref, but the Wolverines will continue up. And an and one for Naz Hillman. She's hyped about that one. A possible 3-point play for the Wolverines.
Wow, what a play by Naz. Took it with her right hand, switched it over to her left, and went around the basket and put it up for an easy lay-in. Beautiful play.
We'll see if we can check this one out again. Definitely some impressive finesse. The Wolverines at 52, the Scarlet Knights 45. Check out the handwork with this.
Unbelievable. That is pure basketball IQ, knowing where the defender is, switching your hand and putting it up where you can. Beautiful basket.
This one snuck up on me. Naz Hillman displacing Nicole Munger as the top scorer for the Wolverines at 13 points. Well, we have certainly seen one thing from the Wolverine squad tonight, a variety of scoring threats. We've already had double digits from Munger and Hillman, 13 and 12 respectively. The Scarlet Knights have actually had even more variety, nobody in double digits, but still maintaining a solid scoring pace at 45. It is indeed a 7-point game at the moment. The Scarlet Knights have sunk about double the 3-pointers as the Wolverines, 6 to 3. A lot of their points have come from beyond the arc.
And that's a result of just more opportunities. Their game isn't inside when they're playing a team like Michigan, so they're finding other ways to score the ball, and it hasn't working out for them. I mean, they're down by 7, but this game has felt a lot closer than that. They are neck and neck in the Big Ten too, as you mentioned. Rutgers in 3rd in the conference, Michigan in 4th. This game was expected to be neck and neck. The field goal percentage is pretty even, with Rutgers shooting 44% from the field and Michigan with 48%. Things are probably going to get even closer later on, but yeah, you mentioned that the 3-point shots and attempts for Rutgers is definitely overwhelming compared to Michigan's.
Well, I'm hearing we have another story down on the sideline from Lauren Day. What do you got for us?
Thanks, guys. The success of this season for the Wolverines, unlike seasons in the past, has not relied heavily on a single player. Coach Kim Barnes-Arico says on any given night, anyone can be our lead scorer, anyone can be our lead rebounder, and it's been a different person almost every game, and I think that's what's making our team even better this year. The consistency and teamwork shown this season proves to be key to the Wolverines' success, and we'll have to continue remainder of the night tonight and as they head to Michigan State this weekend. Thanks, guys. Back to you.
Well, that's certainly a story, Lauren. 8 players have led Michigan scoring through their 27 games. Hillman here, remember she has an opportunity for the and one. She misses it though. Michigan 52, Scarlet Knights 45. Prior to, Calhoun. Oh, 3 there from Sharice Wilson. That is her 3rd shot from beyond the arc tonight. Michigan goes long cross-court pass to Nicole Munger, who drains it.
And even though Rutgers has taken 23s today, they saw Rutgers drain that 3, and they're like, we have to come back with one of our own. There you go.
Well, a great quick play there from the Scarlet Knights. At least 2. Not sure who that whistle was on. Looks like it's on Michigan. Rutgers to the line with a chance to close this to 4 points.
Yeah, that's going to be 2 shots right there. Michigan just got in the way, and they're not going to call the charge there. Didn't set her feet, so that's going to be a foul and 2 free throws for the Rutgers Scarlet Knights.
2 free throws, actually an opportunity to close it to 3 points. Sierra Calhoun steps up to the line. Hey, Nicole Munger and Naz Hillman in a back and forth for leading Michigan scoring. Sharice Wilson for the Scarlet Knights now has 11. Actually just one there for Calhoun, but she sinks it. The Scarlet Knights are now within 4, 55-51. Amy Dilk on the court. The prize freshman point guard for the Wolverines. Munger went long again. Hillman with the rebound. Went up, couldn't capitalize off a rebound, and the Scarlet Knights will return to the offensive.
And I know Nicole Munger did not make that three-point attempt right there, but next time around, watch how quick her release is. She gets the ball out quicker than anyone else on this court. I think that's part of the reason why she's having so much success today.
I'm certainly not critiquing Munger. 15 points on the night, more than anyone on either team. Oh. Some quick action there.
It's a little too much contact.
Take a closer look at this one. This could be a Rutgers foul. Kenray Johnson to the line.
And Michigan not exactly shooting lights out from the line today, 69%.
To that Rutgers 86, above average even for them.
Checking in for Rutgers, number 24. 31, Takia Mack.
Takia Mack stepping in for the Scarlet Knights. Kenray Johnson's second shot sinks that one as well. 57 for the Wolverines. Scarlet Knights 51.
And I know there's still a lot of time, but Rutgers needs to start making a run here and get back in this game before the fourth quarter starts. Will be very important.
Well, contrary to the back and forth we were seeing in the first and early in the second quarters, this Michigan lead has lasted quite a while. It is not insurmountable, though. Quick steal there from the Wolverines. They're quickly on the offensive. And a smooth 2 points there off the hands of Kayla Robbins. Wolverines 59. This is an 8-point game. 27 rebounds for the Wolverines, only 22 for the Scarlet Knights. Certainly an effective work from Hallie Thome and Naz Hillman. Anyway, we'll be back for the remainder of the third quarter in just a few minutes. Welcome back to the Chrysler Center, where the Michigan Wolverines are leading the Rutgers Scarlet Knights by 8 points, 59-51, as we have 2 minutes left in the third quarter. The crowd's getting in on some 90s music action, but on the court and in the booth, we are all business as Rutgers is back on the attack, looking to close this lead. Great defense there by the Wolverines.
This is really the exact opposite of what happened in the previous 2 quarters. It was always neck and neck at the end of the quarter. One team climbed their way back, but in this situation, Michigan's been up for a while, and now they're up by 8.
Well, the lead has never extended to double digits, so I wouldn't exactly call it comfortable. Well, there that goes. 10 points for Michigan, almost a steal there for Munger. Rutgers caught on their back foot, but here they are recovering. They have 1 minute about left in the third quarter. There is plenty of basketball left to be played. It would only take one good run to change the scales. Cryer here on the outside. Wow, a great play by the Scarlet Knights, and then a rebound. Garantis almost had that one. The shot was just off. Cryer looking for another passing lane, finds one. Great play there by the Scarlet Knights.
One of the first times that we've seen success in the paint for Rutgers. They've had their moments, but the majority of their game has been on the outside of the arc, and that's a problem for them because Michigan can play that way. So Rutgers needs to find the paint. They need to be able to produce in the paint, and they did that right there.
Well, right there, we saw a pass over the heads of the Wolverines to Stacia Carey under the net. Not something normally possible with Hallie Thome in the mix. Rutgers tried it again right there and overshot a little bit. That one was much quicker in transition.
anything is possible, Keeler.
Dilk guarding Cryer fairly close.
Checking in for Rutgers, number 3.
Cryer leaving the mix, replaced by Wilson. Therese Wilson, the only double-digit scorer for the Scarlet Knights tonight with 11.
And she actually played the majority of her career at Rhode Island. She's a grad student transfer, but she's found her home here in Rutgers.
Wow. Well, an attempted buzzer beater from Amy Dilk from far out there. It was exciting to watch, but it won't go on the board. Another timeout here, and we will be back for the third quarter in just a few minutes. Welcome back to the Chrysler Center in Ann Arbor, Michigan, as we're kicking off the fourth quarter. The Wolverines leading the Rutgers Scarlet Knights 61-53, a single-digit lead that has stayed that way for at least a quarter now.
But on the flip side, Rutgers has a one-position lead in the Big Ten Conference standings. Michigan is 4th overall, and Rutgers is 3rd overall. So this game is neck and neck in the conference, and it's neck and neck right now.
That's right, and as we're discussing it, Rutgers closes it to a 6-point lead. Deja Church deep right now for the Wolverines. Shot clock winding down, and a tip there from the Scarlet Knights. That was Harris, Victoria Harris, their center, in contention with Hallie Thome. Victoria Harris and Jordan Wallace, the Scarlet Knights centers, have had their hands full tonight guarding Hallie Thome, and they've done a pretty strong job of it.
It's a pretty impossible matchup. I mean, you can't ask that upon anyone to really have a lot of success against Hallie Thome, who right there puts up another 2.
Thome pushes herself into double-digit scoring, 11 points on the night, as well as 7 rebounds. Scarlet Knights confronted with strong Wolverine defense in the paint.
And now you've got
foul.
3 Michigan players in double digits.
All right, Wilson here. Back to Carey. And then Calhoun on the outside, guarded by Munger. Calhoun weaving her way through. Carey went up for it, but it was a shooting foul. Carey will go to the line. Well, here we are with the Scarlet Knights drawing some fouls.
And you can see there just a lot of contact, but then again, we have a Rutgers team that is lights out from the free throw line. So that's exactly what they need to be doing here. They're not down by that much. There's still a lot of time in this quarter, and they're pretty automatic from the line. So if they can just continue to do that, drive to the paint, make their free throws, they'll be in good shape.
Automatic is right. They're shooting 88% now. Stacia Carey about to take her second. Well, she misses that one, but the Scarlet Knights close it to a 7-point game. McHenry Johnson dishes it back to Deja Church after her lane closes. Taylor Robbins with it on the outside, over to Deja Church. Robbins will take it for 3. Off the rim. The Scarlet Knights will let that bounce out of bounds.
And so here's a really good opportunity for Rutgers. They created a turnover, they created a miss, and they're, again, not down by that much. They just got to keep pressuring Michigan and make Michigan make mistakes. And if they do that, they can climb right back into this game.
Takea Mack came in during that out of bounds. That out of bounds. Misread that. Takea Mack won 9 points tonight, one of the top Scarlet Knight scorers. after an explosive game in Indiana. Well, that went out of bounds. The Wolverines will be on the offensive now. We've seen the Scarlet Knights surge ahead just a little bit in turnovers, 15 to the Wolverines' 12. The Wolverines, however, have been able to capitalize for 23 points off of their 12 turnovers. The Scarlet Knights only 16. The shooting percentage says it all so far for this score differential. Deja Church was close there, but not close enough.
Yeah, we saw there on Rutgers' last possession, though. It was a contested three-point shot, which they have been shooting a lot of threes all day, but remember what we were looking at. The paint and the free throws is really their prime time game, so that's what they need to be trying to do.
Well, a quick run by Rutgers and an easy 2 points for Garantes. Those are her 4th and 5th points of the night. Deja Church taking her time with this one. 5-point game.
And here's where we'll see what Rutgers' defense is made of, right here, with less than 7 minutes left.
They need a couple key stops if they want to change this. And one. Well, that's not going to help. Naz Hillman back to the line.
Just again, one of those pretty unstoppable plays that Michigan has in their arsenal of tricks. Naz Hillman, Nicole Munger, Hallie Thome, when they go up and they put up a shot that's, similar to that, there's no one that's really stopping that.
Well, she doesn't make the shot, but Michigan recovers. An opportunity for even more. Actually, the steal by the Scarlet Knights. Cryer taking it in speedily under Thome. No luck. Hillman, left-handed layup easily over the head of the Scarlet Knight defender.
I want people to understand something at home. That's a freshman right there. She is a freshman, and she's doing things like that. She's going to be here for a very long time. We know that Hallie Thome is on her way out. She's a senior, historic career here. But there is a future here with the bigs in Michigan women's basketball. Just look at Naz. That's a really great example of it.
Well, Rutgers is going to burn a timeout to try and stop this run, and we're going to take the opportunity for a media timeout for ourselves. We'll be back in a few minutes for the last 6 minutes and 15 seconds of the fourth quarter. Welcome back to Ann Arbor, where the University of Michigan Wolverines are leading the Rutgers Scarlet Knights 67-58. A little earlier, we took a moment to call out coaching legend in women's basketball, Vivian Stringer. It just wouldn't be fair of us to ignore the legend on the other bench, head coach Kim Barnes-Arico for the Wolverines. Ben, what can you tell us about KBA?
She's the all-time leader in wins in program history. She is also the all-time leader at St. John's, where she was before this. But she's had 20 or more wins in each season, and she needs 2 more this season to do that. They're at 18 wins right now, but they could get to 20. Just a true legend. She's going to be in the Hall of Fame here at Michigan, and this coaching matchup is pretty unreal. So
it absolutely is. KBA used to coach at St. John's, correct? So the Rutgers coaching staff was telling us before the game they'd like to think that they've had some experience playing her in the past. KBA unhappy with the call right there.
A little fun fact for you about KBA too. She actually, I'm not sure if you remember that 99-game home win streak for UConn in 2012. She ended that as the head coach of St. John's.
Wow. Great play right there by the Scarlet Knights. Garantes bouncing off a Michigan defender still managed for a perfect assist, bringing the Scarlet Knights to 60 points and closing this game to 7-point differential. Amy Dilk back in at point guard. Between her and Naz Hillman, KBA certainly had a very successful freshman recruiting class. Cole Munger tried to swing it around the outside to Naz Hillman, but it skated by her out of bounds. Might have tipped the Scarlet Knight. It did. Wolverine ball.
And you could feel things getting a little more tense in this arena. Michigan does have a lead, but everyone knows that Rutgers is more than capable of coming back. So this game could be close, and it could come down to the wire.
5 minutes, 21 seconds for 7 points. Just as before, all it takes for Rutgers is a couple key defensive stops. Some points off turnovers. Great block there. I believe that was number 40, Victoria Harris, with the block.
And so now Rutgers down by 7. How will they respond? They're going to have to do something here. There is time, but time is ticking, so we'll see how they respond.
Well, just as we're talking about key defensive stops, Victoria Harris steps up for the 3rd block of the game for the Scarlet Knights. If they can capitalize off that. The crowd unhappy about that one. The Rutgers Scarlet Knights maintain possession of the ball off the missed shot. Inside to Carey. And she gets her own rebound. Excuse me, that's Garantis.
And that's the matchup they want, because Nicole Munger is not the big, very highly skilled player in the paint. She does well down there, but Hallie Thome is the target. Naz Hillman is the target down there. So if they can go after Nicole Munger in the paint, they're going to have some success like that.
After a reach-in foul for the Scarlet Knights, the Wolverines are going to inbound it. This is Amy Dilk passing to Hallie Thome on the outside. Back to Hillman in the center. Rutgers locking down. A pick there by one of the Wolverines allowed a Kenbray Johnson to slip down the line. But the Scarlet Knights respond incredibly quickly. Still a 5-point game.
It's really been going back and forth for a few minutes now. So one team is going to break away, but it really has been pretty tight for the past few minutes.
Back and forth, but the Scarlet Knights are creeping closer and closer. 10 minutes ago, that was a double-digit lead. Hillman. Over the head of Harris. Another 2 for Michigan, putting them at 71.
And that's her 19th point of the night.
Whistle there, didn't catch what it was. Might have dribbled out of bounds. No, a personal foul from Hallie Thome. Garantis to the line. Scarlet Knights shooting 78% tonight. These free throws are big.
Big and very makeable.
Arella Garantis agrees. 3 minutes, 48 seconds. And a 6-point differential. Make that 5. Rutgers retreating quickly and forming up into the zone. Amy Dilk up top. Dishes to Thome, to Johnson. Thome's on the inside. Not sure what they're calling there.
Just a little too much contact there. She was, I think, trying to pass it down low into the paint, but one of the Michigan players was in the way. I couldn't tell who it was, but there was just too much contact going on in there, and the ball was trying to travel through too many people.
Some substitutions on the court right now. Jordan Wallace checking in. Her responsibility will be mitigating the damage that Hallie Thome can deal in these last crucial minutes, and hopefully coming down with as many rebounds as she can.
And so to me, that substitution tells me that Rutgers is trying to play the paint, and they're trying to play tall and big.
Tells me they want to keep their centers rested. Guarding Hallie Thome is a tall order, as we've discussed many times. It's going to be a high-energy job, especially in these last 3 minutes of the fourth quarter. Kenray Johnson on the outside right now. Almost found Hillman on the outside. Bounced off 2 Scarlet Knights, and then Hillman came down with it in the middle. Jump ball. All right, well, we are still at a 5-point differential here with just a hair over 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Thome versus number 44, Jordan Wallace. Nope, never mind. It's just going to be an inbound for the Wolverines. Guess we don't do that. Thome on the inside, called a shooting foul and one for Thome.
And Hallie Thome is now 50 points away from being second all-time in Michigan's scoring list. Very impressive. She just goes up. She's too strong. She's too powerful. That ball was never not going in the basket, and that's what she does.
Well, those extra 2 inches have certainly made a difference in this game. Thome is at 13 points, 8 rebounds. We'll see if she can make this into a 3-point play, which would propel Michigan to an 8-point lead, and she does. Cryer checking in.
A lot of substitutions going on right there.
Male Giles also checking in for the Scarlet Knights. Out on the Wolverines there, off the hands of Kayla Robbins.
And this lead is all of a sudden back to 8.
Still 3 minutes left. But we have not seen the Scarlet Knights be able to close this lead entirely yet since the first half. Cryer pushes it outside. All right, Garantes puts it up for the Scarlet Knights. Knights in a full court press. Going to play some tough defense here. That is their specialty, but it looks like the Wolverines will be able to get out of this one. Nicole Munger used her agility to get out of there. All the Scarlet Knights are out of the position. Deja Church closes it up. Back to 8 points with 2.5 minutes left. Attempted fadeaway there from Garantes, but wasn't able to close it down. The Scarlet Knights are officially running out of time.
That shot needed to go in, and that was a makeable shot for them too. I know it was contested, but that shot needed to go in. Now they're really going to have to, pull some magic out of a hat for this one.
A whistle there. Didn't quite see what happened. Rutgers foul by Garantes. That's going to send the Wolverines to the line. That is a costly mistake. The Wolverines are shooting 70% at the line today. And Deja Church, in one more shot, could propel this lead to double digits.
And just another important stat about that, too. They've got 21 free throw attempts versus Rutgers' 11 free throw attempts. Rutgers is one of the best free throw shooting teams in the country. They need to get to the line more. Michigan's got almost double the amount of free throws.
Absolutely agree. When their free throws are such an advantage, you have to be a little better at drawing fouls like we've seen from Nicole Munger on the Wolverines tonight. Wow, though, a drained 3 from Wilson there. That'll help a lot. Rutgers to 71, Wolverines 78. A minute and 40 seconds left to go. Munger quickly gets it to Deja Church on the other side of the court. Wolverines down the center. Hellman doesn't let it go to waste. 2 more for the Wolverines, putting them at 80. Might be time to start hitting the panic button. Cryer went from deep. Kea Mack was bowled over there, but I don't know if it's going to be enough to earn them the ball. Check this one out again and decide for yourself.
Yeah, there's a lot of contact again. I mean, there's not really much to look at. And I think for Rutgers, these free throws are important, but that last defensive possession was a missed opportunity. They really had them for a while. They were able to stop them from creating anything on the outside. But then they gave up that big gap in the middle, and all of a sudden, there's Michigan with an easy layup. It's like they just need to continue doing what they're doing for a long period of time and not break their mold and allow Michigan to get these easy buckets, because that's been what's going on for the past quarter or two.
Well, Michigan's gotten a couple easy buckets just because Scarlet Knights have been in a full court press. I wouldn't say they're in a position not to do that, but they're certainly not in a position for us to be missing free throws. Stacia Carey only makes 1 of 2. And the Wolverines are going to be able to advance up the court. Scarlet Knights laying up a high-pressure defense right now, but the Wolverines have been able to maneuver around it. Air is getting thin for Rutgers at the moment. And that's the 1 minute mark. Hallie Thome inside. That's going to be a shooting foul on the Scarlet Knights. Thome back to the line.
This is what we call in the streets a mismatch.
Thome
spot on Michigan scoring in the history of the program. She
might have come up once or twice.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you what I saw tonight. The Rutgers defense did not necessarily disappoint. We've seen great stats out of them. 2 more steals, 3 more blocks, 1 more turnover. That kind of thing could make a difference, but they just haven't been able to capitalize off of those into points. Now, as I say it, they score 2 more, but it might be too little too late with 40 seconds. Time is ticking away. Rutgers fouling Deja Church.
And a lot of frustration right now on the court. Michigan had an excellent day from the field, shooting 54%. That is really, really good, and that is how you keep a lead offensively in this conference and in the country.
If I could draw attention to one other thing, it would be Michigan's 6 additional rebounds. Hillman, and as always, Thome, making a difference in more than one way. Pellick checks in. 37 seconds left. Deja Church sinks her second one. 10-point differential with 35 seconds left. Rutgers does not have time to waste. Dishes it outside. Pellick from long. Almost in. Cryer with the rebound. Goes inside. Great layup there with some quick footwork. 2 more for the Scarlet Knights. Cryer only 8 points tonight, but she has certainly been running all over the court, making scoring opportunities for her teammates. A kind of supporting role that cannot be ignored. 8 assists for Cryer.
And just to talk about the Michigan offense one more time, really impressive. 4 different players in double digits for points. And that's something, again, like we talked about Michigan being able to spread the ball around. Rutgers did a great job of that too. But Michigan with 4 players in double digits is a really impressive stat and figure that they can hold on to and be proud of.
Absolutely. Naz Hillman leading Michigan scoring with 21 points. Hallie Thome leading the rebounds with 8. And a Ken Ray Johnson who's been filling in for Amy Dilkin, that point guard role in her absence. 7 assists. Well, that's the buzzer. 86-76. Michigan beats the Scarlet Knights by 10 points in a fierce matchup, but it came down to shooting in the end. The Rutgers Scarlet Knights just could not keep up scoring-wise.
It did come down to shooting, and we really thought that this could be a defensive battle. It was for the most part. The first quarter, the second quarter, very close. But Michigan found a way to just put the ball in the basket, simply put. And the 4 players in double digits, they were shooting 54% from the field. Those are all good things. And now Michigan looking ahead. They're still in 4th place in the conference. Rutgers is right above them, but this brings them that much closer to that 20-win mark and also that much closer to being competitive later on in the postseason.
That's right. Well, Rutgers will return home to the RAC in New Brunswick to face Wisconsin at home. And the Wolverines, I'm not quite sure where they're heading now, but they have closed the Big Ten standings a little bit tonight as we approach the Big Ten tournament. I'm Keeler Patton here with Ben Myers at the Chrysler Center in Ann Arbor, Michigan. Thanks for tuning in at BTN Plus.